What's up, everybody? Welcome to Slakistan. It's our second episode. It's going to be, right? It's going to make it our sixth episode. We have a really good guest for you here today. One of my good friends, really funny guy, amazing guy, Raj Suresh.
Thank you for having me. I always thought this brick was real, but now that I'm here,
it's what you can afford in Brooklyn, because real brick is going to cost
brick
you.
is the thing that they have here.
What, in Brooklyn?
Yeah, exposed brick.
They used to, but now it's all like, you know, basement apartments with like plywood and fucking sheetrock. But this is our studio, baby.
Nice.
We're doing it.
Very nice.
Shout out to my friend's basement studio. Check them out, guys. But today is about successful Indians. We've been trending in the news a lot. I think it's our time. I think we made it out the fucking trenches, boys. I think we did it.
I think we're there.
As a Pakistani, I'm just piggybacking on the Indian success. It's not really the only thing I have to gloat about right now is India suffering catastrophic losses in the game yesterday.
Yeah, well, we survived the cricket match. We
got saved by the rain. Got saved by the rain.
But man, I don't know what.
Is that why you guys did the moon landing and control the weather?
I feel like, well, I don't know why we went to the moon. I'll be completely honest. It was just like everyone's very proud that we went there. I'm sure there's like some kind of scientific reason.
Are your parents calling you like, see, look at what they're doing?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm pretty sure this was more this was just to tell people like, hey, like we can get to the moon cheaper than you make movies about.
Oh, you think it's a flex? It's not about anything.
I think it's a money flex, man.
It's not a bad money flex, though.
You give it 3 years, we'll have like a colony of people living up there mining the place.
I 100% said that. I said like
iron ore.
100% we're gonna have like Dunkin' Donuts up there before we have anything.
That's what my dad called and he's like, "Do you see the moonlight?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You know, there's a lot of mica up there." I'm like, "Oh, so what do we like? What we're gonna transport it back to Earth?" And he's like, "Yeah, like I think they're gonna figure it out."
What do they use mica for? What?
I don't know.
You said it like you were an expert on this.
I think they use it in like computers somehow.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not 100% sure. We have mica in India. Like,
yeah, I feel like
you don't
it's
have to go to the moon to get it. That's
is
just
it easier
choice.
is it cheaper labor on the moon? I can't. Is it because there's no labor?
I just think there's no. You could just blast it into the atmosphere and hope that. I don't know. Like Elon's flying up there all the time, so send us a reusable rocket. We'll get it back down to Earth.
I think they're colonizing it, but to leave us here to burn, like on the planet that they fucked already. I think they're going to be like. I think the moon is going to be a settlement, yes, but I think only for rich people. I don't think we're going to get to go up there.
No. We're not even going to survive the next 30 years. That's
what are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. Like, we're going to be stuck here with the floods and the hurricanes. They'll be up there like,
we're fucked.
It looks bad down there, doesn't it?
Damn. And then speaking of, like, I feel like Pakistan gets hit by earthquakes all the time.
Dude, it's bad out there.
Just floods as well this year, right?
Yeah, it's like California almost.
Do you guys ever think you would become part of India again? You would just like Pakistan, Bangladesh, and India, you know.
I love that you brought that up because
United States of India.
Every time Raj and I hang out, this conversation comes up at some point. We're like, you see, I mean,
you guys want to come as if it's my decision. You guys want to come back over?
This guy releases one album, he's fucking Modi all of a sudden. No, I think it would benefit, like, not necessarily become part of it, but like make like an OPEC type of like partnership,
like a brick. Yeah, they've got the brick thing now, right?
But they're not. There's
no Russia, India, China.
Yeah, but I'm saying like just the Southeast Asian peninsula, like Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Pakistan,
everything
India,
south of the mountains.
Yeah, everything south, like just the Hindu Kush range, you know.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be a good partnership. I think it would be a very strong alliance. But the problem is, we don't know how to get along with each other.
It's terrible.
Especially from Pakistan's side. I'll admit it. Like, Pakistan's side is bad.
Look, like Neeraj Chopra won the gold at for throwing javelin.
Oh yeah,
and then like I forget the Pakistani guy's name, but he came second.
Yeah, he came second. Yeah,
and like everyone, the media were trying to like stir it up. Like, are you proud of your Indian son for beating the Pakistani guy? And she was like, no, like they're all like competing, and she was just like very motherly about it. And then the two guys were also like friendly, which I thought was cool. And the same thing is happening in cricket now.
In the match yesterday, the guy he tied Pandya.
He tied his
shoes, right? Yeah, which is like I mean, whatever happens between countries happens between countries, but like it's our thing has been going on for so long that it's like we should be the generation to dead it. Yeah, you know, we've outgrown it. I think, like, you know what I mean. Like, I think it's so long, far gone that it's like, all right, it happened. No one's saying it didn't, but like, we can't continue to make a movie on it every year. Like, I think we're done with that.
Like Sunny Deol's made enough money off of this conflict.
Yeah, if we stop doing that, how will Tiger Shroff have a career?
That's all it's because. Indian movies have taken a real knock because it's just like how many fucking movies about this shit is John Abraham gonna make?
That's what I'm saying. You know, like
I get it. Like India's got a cool military and we did this and that, but like
Pakistan's got a cool military. You know?
I mean, I don't know if you would. It feels like they're like literally running the country every other year.
Yeah, it's like you know how like there's a president, but then like over here, like I think Congress kind of runs the show.
Yeah,
it's Pakistan's Congress is a military. It's not
which is crazy.
Yeah,
has there ever been a peaceful transition of power?
Just the last one. That was the first one. The last one was the first one was the last one
to Imran Khan.
To Imran Khan, yeah.
And then he got kicked out of office.
He got kicked out of office very unceremoniously, but
why?
It's also contended that he was kicked out of office because they made a vote of no confidence. But then again, it's like the parliament's made of mainly like military persona and politicians who are both against him.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like this staged coup almost.
Okay.
Like they're going through the proper channels and what they did was right. But it was like you could see where this was going.
And then the new guy looks very ready to just go to war with anybody.
The new guy has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
He's a general of some kind, right?
No, Shehbaz Sharif.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, he's Nawaz Sharif's brother, like the prime minister before Imran. Like that's the other thing.
The guy that was like defrauding the nation.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
That's great.
But here's the thing: they're all defrauding the nation. Like this whole campaign that Imran Khan has, like I'm gonna be the champion. He's Trump. Like people don't realize, like he's Pakistan's Trump. He's Pakistan's Trump.
And what? And they got him on.
The people love him.
You kept the document from your time in office, and that's why no confidence.
No, it was worse than that. He was basically trying to like expose them in a way. We like would look at these like shady dealings, yada yada. But he is also his hands aren't clean himself,
right?
So it backfired because although what he was doing is benevolent in a way,
right?
But your hands are just as dirty. So it's like, how can you be the hero then? But people are so dude. You win a World Cup, and Pakistani people will forgive you anything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So like, even though people know this, they're still fanatical about him.
No, man, it's the same. Like Indian cricketers, there's so many guys that could run for office and would win. And
you think Kohli's gonna become politician?
I don't think he'll run for office.
He'll win.
Any of them that would run would win, but they'd be expected to do like a job for the people.
Yeah, and India's political landscape is more professional and serious than ours, for sure.
Yeah, but people still vanish. You know what I mean?
That's what I said. More, not extremely, just more. And Pakistan's not a good comparison.
Man, it's like that even with comedy in India. Like,
have you tried comedy out there?
Yeah, yeah. There's lines for sure. There's certain things you can't say. I mean, you can say them, but it's almost like a guaranteed ass.
Right, who was the comedian that was just put in jail like not too long ago?
This was like a year, maybe 2 years ago. Manawar Farooq went to jail for a little while.
Another Farooq.
No one's seen a clip of the supposed joke that sent him to jail.
Oh, it's not even on the internet. You can't find it, or
like there's no video of the night that like these guys got offended by whatever he said and sent him to jail. But the weird thing is he went to jail and then he went on Big Boss, which Big Brother.
Yeah.
He went on that show, I'm pretty sure, or like a show akin to that. And I just thought that was a real weird shift because he was in jail for like a month. No one could tell him anybody why. The next thing you know, he's on reality TV every night, which is arguably like you gave him 10 times the platform that he had before, which so good for him.
Think that was them kind of like making a cover up, like, no, we didn't have this guy hidden. He's in the most popular TV show.
I think just the TV executives saw a chance. They were just like, oh, like this is getting a lot of traction, so let's put him in there.
Wow. But you did stand-up comedy in India.
Yeah.
In Hindi?
In English. I perform in Bangalore, and then I'd like to do more of the country this year.
Yeah,
Bangalore is just where I kind of like always do time. Good scene, really good scene. A lot of talent.
I see like just from like Instagram and stuff too. Like their shit is blossoming like crazy. Like
I just don't know who are these Indian guys that have these incredible cameras from day one. Like open micers are there. We've all got a buddy somehow that's into photography.
Yeah.
And stand-up is the new thing.
Yeah.
So like they're willing to come out and
showcase their photography.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before it used to be like fashion students, but now it's
right.
photography.
Now it's that. Yeah. It's wild, man. The country's changed a lot in the
last
visit
couple. Often. You visit like
I go like once every year or other year.
Okay.
And things have really leaped forward. Like this time I went on the metro for the first time in Bangalore. It's new.
Yeah.
At least to me. And so orderly, so much cleaner than New York City Metro. I'm just like, fuck, like we're crushing.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, the buses in Pakistan are cleaner than the fucking.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's because, yes, people are also. I mean, it's not like it's not dirty. It is dirty, but it's not like to the point where like you're not gonna see fucking some dude jerking off on a bus in Pakistan. It's just not gonna happen.
No, you get your ass kicked.
Exactly. Like there's In certain ways, you're gonna see a guy maybe like pick his nose.
You won't even see his ankles.
No, yeah, you're not gonna see anybody's ankles. Actually, you will see a man's ankles because your pants in Islam is supposed to be above your ankles. If they're not, God will burn your ankles on the day of judgment. We have very specific rules.
That's an intense one.
Yeah. Do you know how like vague Hinduism is and like just kind of like open?
Yeah, we're just
it's like the complete opposite. Yeah, it's like complete.
Islam's got a lot of rules, man.
Yeah, very specific rules.
Yeah,
like you have to do this, but you also have to do it facing this way,
right,
at a certain time, and say this exact thing
5 times a day.
5 times a day.
How did they calculate where Mecca was before the compass?
So funny you should say that. Astronomy has been a big part of that part of the world, like their science. It's been a big part of their science.
The moon is literally in the
so because the desert is hard to navigate, they've always been good with
stars
and stuff to use to navigate, because if you get lost there, you're fucking lost. You're gonna be walking in a circle forever, you know. So they were generally good at that, and then they kind of just, I don't know the full history behind it, but they kind of always used the Mecca even before the Muslim holy site. It was kind of like the center of that civilization.
Okay.
So it kind of was an important place regardless.
So they just they were like, this is the Mecca star.
Yeah, this is the Mecca star. It's like a giant McDonald's sign, but it's Mecca. It's not McDonald's, it's Mecca.
Yeah. We don't have anything like that in Hinduism.
No, I learned more
we just
about
look at the closest Federal Reserve. That's the direction we pray in. I
got familiar with Hinduism as I started hanging out with like more like, you know, people who like are practicing Hinduism or like are into it, and it feels like less of a religion and more like a lifestyle guide.
More of a way of life.
Yeah, it doesn't feel very like, because there's no restriction on like, well, if you don't do this, besides like just like a couple of things like don't eat beef or like something like that. But that's like one rule.
Yeah, there's really not very many rules in Hinduism.
Do you still practice?
I'm very bad at it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But there's,
but you're vegetarian. You're vegetarian.
There's not many. That's the only real rule I know, and I stick to that one. But that's not even so much religious as it is, I just don't like the taste of meat.
Really?
Yeah, I ate it when I was like between 8 and 10.
So what do you eat in Iowa? Like
in Arkansas?
In Arkansas, sorry.
Oh, there's plenty of vegetarian food. That's it's fine now.
They don't look at you weird when you say you're a vegetarian in Arkansas?
Not anymore. I mean, when I first got to the US, it was bad. Like, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Colleges didn't, the only veggie food they had was mozzarella sticks.
Yeah,
like
fries,
it was just ad nauseum, right?
Sticks,
just crap. But it's changed a lot since. Like now you can get like a veggie burger at Burger King, which is insane.
I know.
There's no veggie burger at McDonald's, which is a travesty.
I think they're like, yeah, fuck it. We're a meat gang, They're meat gang.
Overseas, they have so many veggie options.
Dude, overseas McDonald's is fucking
crack, way better.
It's so much better. Overseas KFC is so much
overseas
better.
Everything is better. I don't know why, but they modify the menu.
Overseas pizza is not better. Overseas pizza is not better. I'm not gonna.
No, man. They've got one. They had a peppy paneer pizza at Domino's, and it was green chilies paneer, and the base sauce was sweet chutney and ketchup mixed together.
But that's not pizza
fucking
anymore,
fantastic. No, it's still pizza. It's bread, it's cheese.
Listen, if someone adds cheese to biryani, I wouldn't call that biryani anymore. You know what I mean? I'd be like, I think this is not biryani anymore.
I haven't seen that. I've seen cheese added to a lot of things in our cuisines, but biryani is one thing that I have not seen.
Well, I fear Trader Joe's might be listening, and we're going to see it very soon. Paneer biryani on the fucking...
I drank this, it was a shit Starbucks chai on the way here. It was awful.
Hot chai?
Yeah. Terrible, man. It just literally tastes like chemical juice.
What is their chai though? Because it's not tea. It's like sugar tea.
Yeah,
it's a concentrate, right? Yeah,
and it's.
You work there? Yeah, it's.
Oh, you work at Starbucks? Oh, damn it!
But like, what is in the concentrate? Is it because it doesn't feel like there's any cinnamon? Chai. Yeah, it's cinnamon, brown sugar, cardamom. All-star what?
Anus.
Anise?
All-star anus.
All-Star Anus sounds like a great run for like an anime that's like really gay. Like that would be All-Star Anus would be a great anime or manga. That'd be great. Just a basketball team that fucks each other. That would be All-Star Anus.
I don't know what the hell they put in it. It just doesn't make me feel good when I drink it.
I had it once and it was too sweet for me. Like even if I have chai,
I have mine dulled down and still.
I put in like 1 tablespoon, like teaspoon of chai, like sugar and chai. Yeah. I don't like I love the taste of chai. I don't need it to be like super sweet, you know?
Right.
But over here, it feels like it's like this cracked out sugar version of chai. And like I'll have it and I'll be like, this is just fucking sugar water with milk in it.
Right. I don't know what, like, and here's the thing. On the flip side, there's a lot of companies now that, so like I invested a couple years ago in Kolkata Chai. And those guys,
you invested in Kolkata Chai?
Yeah, those guys are great.
They are. Their stuff is
They
amazing,
just needed some.
Shout out to Kolkata Chai.
Yeah, they needed
Please
some.
sponsor us.
They need some investors to get their first shop started, and it was just like, I have no equity in the company now. Like it was just a promissory note.
Yeah.
And they stuck.
I'm
true to
dumb.
their
What's a
word.
promissory note? Like it's
a loan with interest.
Cool.
So I just
Look at you, fucking Tony, Indian Tony Soprano.
It wasn't that much.
Setting up businesses over here.
It wasn't that much that I could put in because I was, just like starting a corporate career.
Yeah,
had a couple bucks saved away, and I was like, oh, these guys are trying to do something cool. So like I appreciate that, but then it's turned into there's a lot of excess of that. Meaning? Where I
was about to say matlab, and
like, where a lot of our people are. And it's kind of smart, right? They're getting ahead of the white companies and putting out a whitened version of Indian products, like jars, like simmer sauces and chutneys and all that. But a lot of it it is not good.
No.
It's very rare to find a good company that does an authentic anything.
I keep coming back to this point with so many things I'm realizing is you got to make it palatable to white women.
Yeah.
Because that's who has the most buying power.
Which sucks.
But we
should be focusing on the Mexican households. Like I think like they have a closer appreciation in cuisine to ours.
Sure, but they don't have the buying power. That's
I don't know. It's gonna shift, man.
It will, but at the moment, like okay, dude, like
Oscar De La Hoya's gonna come in. He's gonna start helping out. Champion the community. No, dude, Taylor Swift.
The last thing you put out is currently not able to box anymore. So I don't know about it. Ryan Garcia.
Oh. He lost one fight
badly though.
Yeah, but it was one fight.
Talking mad shit. He was talking mad shit, and we all knew Tank was gonna win. But
it's a very flashy. He's a very flashy fighter.
He's a good. That's what
he's got great Instagram clips.
He looks good.
He's the equivalent of a guy that has a huge following online, and then they get to headline the club, and you watch the set, and you're like, what is this shit?
We're not talking about Matt Rife. That's not.
No, I'm not. No, he's a great comic. But I'm saying there's a lot of comics out there.
Yeah.
And
they're Instagram comics.
No, but here's the thing. Some of them, they think they're slick, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a dummy. I know if you have, let's say, 50,000 fans and 24 likes on something, you purchased your shit.
Yeah. I see this happen.
We're just that stupid.
I've seen it happen with a couple of creatives. I've seen their numbers skyrocket, their followers, but I'm like, your view count is enough. Your view count tells you if your growth is organic or not. You know?
just scroll down the list, and it's just thousands of nameless, faceless, alphanumeric
bot accounts.
Yeah.
And you know what? Listen, if that's your game, that's your game. I'm not gonna shame you because we're all trying to do some shit to get our.
I'm trying to shame you. Get the fuck out the way.
I'm like, hey. I'm just saying, like, you do what you gotta do. Huh?
I said you bought followers is what it is.
Dude, I wish I could afford to buy followers.
No, I'm not mad at you for buying followers. I'm mad at you for buying followers, headlining a club, and not having a set.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's the last part.
You gotta have the sauce to back it up.
Right.
If you don't have the sauce and you're just fucking out here.
Sure. If you're a solid comic and you just can't get stage time, and that happens a lot because you know, obviously there's folks like this jumping the queue.
Right.
Fuck it. Go out, buy 10K followers just so the club will take you seriously.
That's what I'm saying. You know, it's like, okay, I know a person who works in data science and they know everything how to do everything, but they just paid someone a $5 to make their portfolio because they're too lazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that he's not a data scientist or he doesn't know how to do it. It just, he knows how to work in a lazier, smarter way.
Yeah.
And I guess there's obviously difference in integrity with data science and comedy. But with comedians, I feel like you were saying, it's hard to break through the algorithm. If you're doing it just to get that spark, sure. But if that is your constant strategy and it's not even like yielding anything, we can tell, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah, but there's so much shit that I see on there where it's just like people feeding an algorithm, but there's not even a joke.
Oh, dude.
There's not even a joke there. It's terrible. I want to name names so badly.
I do too. I'll say this.
We all know those people that it.
I was okay. You can bleep this. I was at Beep.
Yeah.
And I was watching this person's set. And they are a good comic. I'm not saying they don't have jokes, but in this particular set, it was all about saying the right things. And I was with Beep. Yeah. So I love Beep both. Just watching the show, and we counted. It's a 10-minute set.
Yeah,
we counted 11 applause breaks.
Yeah,
not for a joke.
What was it? Just I love water. Don't you guys love water,
dude? I wish it was something actually because that would be funny.
Yeah,
but it was like men. Ugh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, again, I don't disagree with you, but that's not a joke. Like, that's not, or like, it'll be like universal healthcare. And it's like they're running for fucking president.
Right.
And it's annoying because like,
I always want to follow that person.
Same.
Because it's just like, I'll go up there and I'll be like, you know what? Saddam wasn't such a bad guy. That's where I'm opening. I want to follow the person that
I'll be like, so cousin fucking, it's weird, huh?
Whatever, dude. By the way, I'd never seen your set before we worked together the other night, and it was fantastic. It's like super, just a very tight set. And
dude, same.
I'd only seen you host before that.
When you met me,
yeah,
you said that you met a comic in Alaska,
yeah,
and they said our crowd work is very similar.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I was like, no, fucking, he's not doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then I saw, I was like, oh, he's doing what I'm doing. I was like, oh shit, he's doing exactly what I'm fucking doing.
Yeah, I forgot.
Like if I let myself go bald also, dude, we'd be
the same. We look like a before and after of each other.
Went to college. Didn't go to college.
Did you not?
No, I went to college.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm saying like it looks
before
clean
turkey, after turkey.
Yeah.
Where'd you
on the moon, after the moon.
After the moon, yeah. Where'd you
I went to Baruch College right over here.
Where?
Baruch College. So I went to see CUNY University.
Okay,
I went to the system over there. And
you've always been from here. You like grew up here.
No. So my story is a little bit weird in the sense I was born here, but I grew up in Pakistan.
Okay, and then you came back here.
I came back here. So I left here at age 7.
Yeah.
So I was aware of the good life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Pakistan. I came back at age like 17.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So formative years all over there. So kind of like reverse of you
reverse
almost.
Racism, which is hilarious.
That's the name of this podcast.
I actually don't think reverse racism is that bad.
I don't think it's weird. I don't think
it's the only weapon we have in the arsenal.
Whatever we do, it's never going to be effective enough. Like, it's not.
Here's the thing, too. Like, I was thinking about this the other day, and I realized, like, Indian people are very racist as a society. We got to fix it, but we are. And I think it's because there's no
one checking us.
No, there's no slur for us. Like, that we don't have our own.
I mean, not our own.
There's no N-word for Indian people.
Oh, there is in England, but
what? Or like,
Packy?
Oh, well, that's you guys.
No, it's.
I know, I get it. It applies to like.
And here's the thing: we know what offends me the most is black women will. Here's how good India's reputation has gotten.
Yeah.
Black women will name their kid India.
Yeah.
No one's naming their kid Pakistan. Like, in fact, we're a slur. Like, that's how bad. That's like the difference,
that's
dude.
Wild. You should do that on stage if you're not already.
I feel like I'm gonna get attacked.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Like, yo, if in the next year I see fucking black women naming their kid Bangladesh, I'm like, yo, we're fucking free
I mean, there's a guy.
Here.
Isn't there a music producer with that name?
Bangladesh?
Yeah. He used to do Asher Roth's records.
Maybe like a pseudonym, like a stage name, maybe.
Yeah. His name is not actually Bangladesh, but
no, like it's DJ Bangladesh or something.
Yeah,
maybe,
I think it's something like that. Like
that maybe, yeah. But no one's looking at a baby and going like,
yeah. Can we fact check, Jamie? Can we pull that up? What's the guy's name?
Jimmy Buffett's real name was Bangladesh.
White people are very sad about Jimmy Buffett dying.
I mean, it's part of their culture. Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett. James Buffett.
Not remembering that off the top of my head.
Jimmy Buffett?
Well, no, that's for different reasons because you know such a weird corner of the internet that you know nothing else. And that's what's weird about it.
I think
he'll show me things and I'm like, I don't even know what this is. And then to contextualize it, he has to show me like 4 other reels and a meme. I'm like, what the fuck do you do all day? Yeah.
Dude, I want to, you should cut this, this into the episode if you can. But there's this, for those of you that are listening, there's this Indian movie called Aab Lachali, which means come on now, let's go back home.
Oh yeah.
And there's a scene in it where they're working at a Dunkin' Donuts, and these 2 ruffians come in.
Oh, this is a recent movie?
This is an old movie, but it's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Hindi movie.
Yeah, and so like first of all, Aishwarya Rai goes up to the table and she's like, "Hi, what would you like? Would you like some tea or coffee?" Never seen tableside service at a Dunkin' Donuts in my life. It just doesn't happen. All right. And she like looks like excited to be at work.
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero role research.
These guys immediately start like, what do you call it? Like Eve teasing her or whatever. Like just like grabbing at her and just being hoodlums.
By the way, the lines they feed these guys in the movies, like, come here, honey. Yeah.
That's
like it's like an old time again. It's like, let me
come here, sweetie.
Come here, toots.
They sound like
no one talks like
they
this.
sound like background characters in like a Street Fighter fight. You know, like fuck him up, man. Like,
sweep the leg.
they're doing that, and then Akshay Khanna, who's playing like her whatever the male, her man's comes out, and he goes, "Hey guys," and then he goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" And so the two guys now focus their attention on beating him up. Still haven't ordered
while
shit.
Still grabbing her periodically, like, yeah, come on, don't you like it when we beat up your man?
So they start pushing him, and he's like, "Don't do anything stupid." And I forget what she does. She like bops the guy on the head with like a plastic tray. All right, and so he like turns around for a second, and Akshay Khanna grabs a hot thing of coffee and throws it straight in his face.
That's murder. That's
then
a crime.
I'm pretty sure like the other guy starts to beat him up or whatever, and they flip him over a counter. And this is the part I always lose my shit at. They flip him over the deli counter, and they had a dummy, but the speed at which this dummy, the body hits the ground, it almost bounces. And so now they they go back to Aishwarya Rai to continue like basically assaulting her. And this guy comes out of nowhere, throws 3 punches, like knocks one guy out, grabs the other guy, throws him through the front window, which explodes. And then like so the fight ends. And then this older Indian guy who also works at Dunkin' Donuts comes out from behind the counter, and he's like, "Rohan, what the fuck? What if the owner finds out?" And then 1 second later, the owner, who's a white guy, pops out and he goes, "What the hell is going on here?" That's the whole clip. It's like, who the fuck wrote this shit? We as a country have been so held back by whatever we think, and this is gonna sound like blasphemy to brown people, but like the entire Karan Johar, Yash Chopra era of films that we think are just the greatest, the classics. I feel like we'd be 30 years ahead as a movie culture if we had allowed some other families to get a shake.
Oh yeah. It's very nepotistic in that way for sure. You're gonna be eaten up by the big studios.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to, and they'll like buy movies and not make them.
No,
just because they don't want them out there.
It's like De Beers, dude. They just buy the scripts and put them in a vault.
Yep.
Until Karan Johar
it was crazy
ready.
about that scene. I'm now remembering the movie you're talking about, and I'm pretty sure the next day Akshay Khanna gets to keep his job though. Like he goes back to work the next day, and the store's fixed up. The store's like completely fine.
You just threw a guy through the window yesterday,
and then the next scene is just him like clocking in for the next day. I'm like, what the fuck?
What the hell is going on here? Those white voices crack me up, dude.
That sounds like fucking like when you're playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
And like, one of them, you're like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like a dubbing of a foreign language, which is what it is.
Yeah. I love catching like white actors or like white side like roles and stuff in like Hindi movies because they give them like the most, and I kind of feel like that's like kind of a little poetic justice because they give them the most like stupid like throwaway role to like these white people. Like and like how many times you'll see like they'll be filming a scene like in UK or something.
Yeah.
And the hero or the protagonist is inevitably talking to like a white girl who's like into him.
Right.
And she's always like saying something and he's always like, "Huh, come on, darling, I'll be right with you." And she's like, "Okay, sweetie." And like it's always like a Dexter's Mom kind of like line.
Or like there's movies where clearly the white guy, it's designed to make the patriotic Indian heart inflamed.
Right.
Where the white guy is
taking out of women.
No, not even that. It's like what the fuck's the movie where Akshay Kumar goes to London because he's been married to Katrina Kaif, but she just did it for like to appease her dad, and she has another boyfriend.
Yeah, that's actually a really good movie. Fuck.
Yeah, and
so Nana Patekar isn't it too?
Is it the control? Of
Control. Yeah. Oh fuck. Can you look that up? I don't know. Jamal, can you look that up?
But the funny part of that is like that actor, the white actor, just says things that no white person would openly say.
No one talks
on a yacht cruise down the Thames. Just like, yeah, you Indians suck. You Indians are so far behind with your technology. It's like that's
you can tell he's dubbed in because he can't even do it in the scene, so they have to take him to a separate room. Like, dude, it's fine. Just fucking say it.
It's wild, dude. The fact that this is like what we allowed our culture to get away with making. Clapping for it. This shit is embarrassing. I used to watch songs in the early 2000s. They're dancing in Trafalgar Square, and there's a million white people in the background. Like, what the fuck is this shit? While Govinda is just like
white people love everybody's a flash day. Mob. They love a flash mob though, so they're down for that. You don't have to pay these people.
It's like you think we as an audience don't notice that there's just people stopped like looking at this spectacle in the movie. And then there's Indians taking photographs in the background. Like,
you know what's crazy?
you're fucking up the scene.
I never noticed that. I was so into this. I never noticed the people in the background.
They're
just
always
not
there,
dancing.
and they're just standing there
I never
watching.
noticed the people not dancing. I just look at the people.
I'm just like,
who are-
who's the cinematographer that just said, you know what? Leave all the extras in the shot.
Karan Johar.
Just keep them all in there, and it won't seem odd at all. And no one in India is gonna ask any questions about it. And we didn't.
We didn't.
We
because
should
we were
have.
like, oh, look at us. We're in the UK.
Yeah, pretty much. Like we were just like, oh, he got a visa. Like that's the focus.
That's the dream one day, to dance in Trafalgar Square with my homies.
And now we got Rishi Sunak in charge, and everyone's like, "Oh, look, Mother India has made a comeback." Dude, that guy sold his soul to the devil years ago.
I mean, listen,
He's not out there to fight for you and me.
He's not, but on the same token, though, like what a year it's been for like Indian, like just the profile of being Indian. Like it's really been crazy. Like you got Rishi Sunak, and then the Prime Minister of Scotland is a desi guy, like a brown guy as well, right?
Is he?
Yeah, the Prime Minister of Scotland is a Pakistani guy, I think.
Oh shit! So now they're gonna split those two countries apart.
Or hey,
you stay in the north.
What if we started like departition from the
we
UK?
reverse partition.
We start consolidating the UK states first, and then we bring it back home.
I just
like you know how England's always like it's coming home.
Yeah,
like for the World Cup trophy for us, it's like it's coming back home, and it's like actually England coming back home.
Right. I just think we have to set.
No, Rishi Sunak's the Prime Minister of England. The Prime Minister of Scotland is a Pakistani guy. It just recently happened.
That's wild.
Hamza Yusuf, yeah, that's and
no,
Welcome. Yeah, that was the movie. Welcome,
terrible stuff.
And they're looking for a family that's like not as like dastardly as them. You remember that, like, because they're like a crime family in that movie in Welcome.
Are they?
Yeah, like they're a crime family, Katrina Kaif's family, and like they're looking for like a nice guy.
They're looking for a Sharif guy.
Yeah, and then so the guy, the Katrina Kaif's parents go there and they're like, yeah, we're pieces of shit. And then Akshay Kumar's like father like, thank God we're also pieces of shit.
Yeah,
and that's how they like get married together. But sorry, yeah, Rishi Sunak, Hamza Yusuf, I think the mayor of London.
Khan was mayor for a while. It's Boris Johnson now.
Yeah. And now.
Yeah.
And now we may have our first actual Indian candidate.
Who?
No offense, Kamala. Vivek Ramaswamy might be the Republican candidate.
Guy, man.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying we should promote it, but you know, it might happen.
Look, this notion. I made this point the other day, and some guy hopped up on my status and had a bunch of things to say, but. You know it's not going well for the Conservative Party when the candidate that they're looking at and sending out on a national media tour is named Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah. First of all,
his constituents are going to struggle with spelling that name, let alone voting it in. There's going to be no write-ins for Vivek.
It sounds like a drunk like redneck trying to like make a slur against it. Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah. I'm from Chennai, right? Like
right.
I'm guessing he's Tamilian in terms just from his name.
Mm-hmm.
The shit is embarrassing. Like I don't understand. When we started generating Indians who are real hard,
when did Indians become white? When did Indians become white? That is what we're dissecting.
Yeah, well, that happened the moment we started to consolidate money.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Then all the social welfare aspects of things went out the fucking window.
There is this concept of amongst immigrants, not just Indian people, amongst all immigrants, you can buy your way into whiteness.
Can you?
I don't know. Can you?
How much is it?
I don't know. Ask Jay-Z and Beyonce. I don't know.
I feel like they're still very pro-black, actually. Especially
they are. I'm just saying, like, once you get to a certain amount of money, it's not about race anymore. You're in a different stratosphere of like just society. Like it's just your color of skin doesn't matter. It's your fucking net worth.
Right.
And I think Indians, whether you want to bash it or credit it, Indians as a community have done that really well. Like Indians are very well organized as far as like
but I'm still very in my heart of hearts. I'm generally an anti-establishment person.
Same.
I've never seen it flourish.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I'm not a big establishment person. However, have you know like the support for him from the Indian constituency seems to be very strong though. People seem to be getting behind it.
I think they see a candidate that looks like him, and Indians we're financially doing well as a community, and so they're going to want a guy that protects that with tax code.
Yeah. So you think the right wing leaning is financial, not social?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all financial, but it takes the same talk points of like, you know, like there's welfare leeches that we don't want people abusing the system. Yada, yada. And it's like, shut the fuck up, guys. I know what we do. And it's not like we play the game clean either.
No, and to be fair, the welfare system has worked for Indians who might have first immigrated to this country. Like, it's not like they haven't used it. So the idea that Indians are like these pull yourself up from the bootstraps kind of like community, sure, there's a little bit of truth to that, but they definitely needed help. There's no way.
We have communal funding, but past that, it's work ethic that takes us, I think, forward to a major degree, because we have the same racial barricades that most other people do.
True.
Not all of them, but
not all of them.
Yeah. But, you know, even our entry into this country was...
I think we suffer more from prejudice than it is oppression. I think that's really what it is.
Sure,
I don't think we're oppressed. I think we're prejudiced against, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I've ever experienced a situation where I feel like I've been, like, held back, per se.
Yeah.
But definitely othered.
Right.
And, you know, that, which is still a shitty feeling. I'm not saying it's not, you know. But I feel like we haven't been on the outskirts as much as we think we have been, if that makes sense.
I would bet Vivek Ramaswamy comes from a relatively plush life.
100%. Vivek Ramaswamy, yeah.
Tamil-speaking parents.
Yeah.
He's doing
Brahmin. I knew, well, that goes without saying. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
where did he grow up?
That's pretty much me.
Where did he grow up?
Yeah, dickhead. I don't know how you can come up like that and be the kind of person that, like, so Ohio is what, like something like 50% of the United States population lives within a 6-hour drive.
Really?
Of Ohio, yeah, which is crazy.
Wait, what surrounds Ohio? How many? It's
just densely big cities, man. Wow. Cleveland, Cincy, you got Pittsburgh right there. You got if you go west, you have Chicago.
Okay,
you've got a lot
yeah.
of large cities in that area.
Huh. I gotta explore the United States a little bit more.
It's like one of the most popular spots to stop in along the way.
Yeah, and it's not. I wouldn't say it's super diverse, but it's got multiple colleges. You get exposed.
I know it's a big college town. Yeah,
it just seems like Ohio is on a run of producing pieces of shit. It's got Vivek Ramaswamy, the Logan Paul, and his brother Jake Paul.
They're from there.
Yeah, they're from Ohio. It's,
you know what? Yeah, you're right. I didn't think
actually those are the 3 guys that I could think are pieces of shit. That's pretty much it.
He's also a billionaire, by the way. He's worth $950 million.
He's worth $950 million.
What does he fucking do?
Of course.
Biotech investor.
Yeah, okay.
Biotech investor.
Not even like an actual. He's not even a doctor.
This brother knew COVID was coming. Is what happened. Where did that jump happen from? Like sort of like a 10 million to 950 million by 30.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. That's actually a really good question.
Let's start looking at the Vivek's books. Bring out the fucking books, Vivek.
Well, if he can stop standing on him to look 6 foot, you know.
the guy is it's so cringy to watch him. It was as cringy as watching Kamala Harris try to like really dial up her Indian. She felt like a
left-wing grifter sort of situation, and he's like a out-and-out right-wing grifter situation.
It was the same as when people on the left were like, "Oh, we've got like a half Indian lady in the office. Her mom's Indian." I was like, "Yo,
bro, Nicki Minaj is more Indian than Kamala Harris." Like,
but she's dialing up this Indianness right during election season. Bro, and that to me is just like, it's so false.
It felt like
I don't want to vote for any of you.
It just felt like such a like you know, throwing like fucking crumbs of representation.
I thought you were gonna say jizz into the ocean.
Jizz also just felt like fucking jizz when they're like, yeah, Kamala, Indian woman. And it's like, I don't really see anything Indian culturally even about her. I think she leans more into her
mom
black.
Was Indian.
Yeah, but I don't really see her like
Indian,
as in the sense of like, okay, do you practice anything from the Indian culture? Do you participate in anything in the Indian culture or anything like that? Or is it just that your mom happens to be Indian? Which is not, that doesn't feel like it's.
I was today years old when I found out she was like part Indian. This whole time I thought she was black.
That's true. If it wasn't a meme, you probably would have known it years ago. But
I'm tired of all these schmucks pretending that they're going to represent us on any level. You're not. You don't. I would rather vote for Mark Cuban and The Rock.
Well, you want to be in proximity to power, so you're probably going to imitate whoever is around you in power, right? So like his.
That would be crazy. No, don't leave that hanging.
What?
Rock and Mark Cuban.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good combo. I actually kind of like Mark Cuban. He seems.
US would be so bad.
Mark Cuban and The Rock on a platform.
I think Mark is definitely more Republican than Democrat, but when the chips are down, he seems to look after everyone around him.
Mark, I don't know much about Mark
Cuban. He paid the stadium staff for the entire time during COVID. He had a player that was on drugs that he found him and took him to rehab. And he's not a perfect guy. He's just on a random list of candidates. Yeah. And then The Rock is just The Rock.
I will say, when I'm watching Shark Tank, it's Mark Cuban's the nicest one most of the time.
Really?
Yeah, he's usually the one who's like,
sometimes
doesn't
he gets this
shit
he
on
gets
the
this face where he's just like, he just looks angry from the jump because he smells, he doesn't like scammy pitch. And any kind of multivitamin company, he's out there just ready to kill the guy. And I get that because like
The Rock also though, I don't know, but I've heard stories about The Rock where I'm like, it doesn't seem like he's like the most
He has an ego.
he has an ego, yeah. Like
The Rock does?
did you hear about the Shazam thing?
no.
Like he didn't need to make Black Adam. He just didn't want to be a villain.
Yeah.
It's in his contract, he can't be a villain. So that's why he made Black Adam and like pretty much just tanked.
Yeah, Black Adam
franchise.
sucked though.
It did because he didn't want to be a villain. But Black Adam's supposed to be a villain. But because of that, it's in his clause, like he can't lose. He can't lose and he can't be a villain. Like in any movie.
It's too well.
It's
He
bad for the
did
brand.
great when he was a villain on WWE.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know why he doesn't.
That's why I'm telling you, he's gonna make a political run.
You think The Rock's gonna really make?
Yeah,
a run
and a
for it?
lot of people were even saying, remember they were saying Oprah and The Rock are considering political run, and then this week they put out that thing
For
about
Hawaii.
Maui.
Yeah.
Guys, come help. We're billionaires, but please give us your money.
You're right.
Help Maui. Help us sustain our property values on the island of Maui.
The next frame is Oprah
Where-
just going, imagine there's no country.
I went to Maui, right?
Oh, yeah?
And the guy, the tour guide guy, was like, "Oh yeah, Oprah lives up there." I go, "Okay," and she said, "Yeah," and she was like, she said she was going to buy this huge tract of land, and like no one could get across it, but she was going to let people use it, yada yada, and basically just went back on her word. Now I don't know if this is true, but I don't think Oprah is a well-loved figure on the island of Maui.
I don't think
The Rock is, because I think he's from there.
He's from there,
one
yeah.
of the islands for sure.
But I've also heard like on that island, so many billionaires, not just Oprah, like so many other billionaires and rich people have bought up land.
Yeah.
And it's just like a vacation home. They don't even live there most of
No.
the time. And so, but their lands are pristine. Like they're not affected by any of these things that are happening.
It's all high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that kind of has been ruining their infrastructure, I suppose, like their the way their islands are run. And now that they're not investing, and they don't have to, I guess, invest back in the community because again, they're not part of that community.
They'll
They
pay
just kind of-
taxes, I guess. That's
if they end up paying taxes.
Mhm.
Which again, like you think these people are benevolent, but are they really benevolent? It's like they have the same conversation about Mr. Beast all the time.
Yeah.
Where like, he's like, oh, well, I donated like $1 million. Like, yeah, but you're worth $1 billion. So what is really $1 million? You know what I mean?
I think he gives away a lot of it though.
Does he? I know he does give
Gives
away a lot, but
he
it
gave a
never
guy a
seems to be
Lamborghini
enough.
the other day.
Give a Lamborghini?
Yeah, he picked. He
I gotta
some
get
guy
on a
called
fucking
him on
Mr. Beast.
Uber.
I just need to meet Mr. Beast and my life will be made.
He crushed up a Lamborghini.
Why?
Oh, he does this consistently.
Did they send it back? Was there something wrong with the Lamborghini?
Because it's eye candy and it's content. He's reinvesting everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does
Wait,
it.
do we have a third mic?
No, I'm just here to just.
Oh.
It'll pick him up.
Okay.
He'll put it in
Yeah, I don't
post.
know, man.
So you're not gonna vote for Vivek Ramaswamy? is what you're
No.
saying.
I'm not gonna vote at all. I'm not a citizen.
You don't need to know that.
I'm not. No,
Hey,
I'm
I
not-
thought you were a citizen.
No, I'm just here on the visa, but no,
Oh,
I
shit.
wouldn't. I don't think I would vote in American politics anyway. You know, it's just a very hard.
Do you vote in the Indian politics? In the Indian
No,
election?
because again, in all of these systems, and people say if you don't vote, you know, you don't get the right to complain. I think it's horseshit. Like, you can. The only way to absolutely reject a system is to not participate.
just because I don't eat at a restaurant doesn't mean I shouldn't be aware that they serve bad food. You know what I mean? Like if they serve bad food, I'm gonna tell people to serve bad food. Don't
Right.
go over there.
Yeah, I don't believe in the political process of most countries. I think it's usually a farce. That's why you only.
But
have
he still
two-party
wants
systems.
citizenship, okay? But he still wants.
That's
citizenship.
because that leads to money. Like that's I'm not concerned with. People always say, well, if you don't like America, why are you here then? I'm not here for the fucking principles, you idiots. What do you think? I just left my entire family, life, culture, and history behind so that I could come here and be a part of something great. Shut up.
Yeah, you know, life, land, and pursuit of happiness.
No.
That's what you're.
The pursuit of the U.S. dollar, which has a relatively strong currency index. That's it. That's why
For
I'm here.
now.
That's so stupid, dude. It's like I don't know. It's almost like immigrants are kind of like waiters. You know what I mean?
We're punished for being opportunistic when it's like, why are you allowed to be opportunistic, but I'm not? Isn't that the whole fabric of
No one's
being
honest about why they're here. Like that, the entire thing is built around money.
Yeah.
this notion that you should fight and die for your country.
Money is the religion here.
Is usually the idea of people that stand to profit from it,
Mhm.
which is why I'd like to see like the India-Pakistan thing kind of like go away. Right?
Yeah.
The whole fighting, because like the notion that we should continue fighting forever only makes other people richer.
Exactly.
Back then it was the British, and now it's people who are selling arms to both sides.
I think that's going away with the younger people, like we saw with the
Yeah.
cricket match and stuff. Like they don't care anymore.
We're just
They're tired.
it's not.
They're tired. I don't
You
want to
know?
send my sons to die for a war that's never gonna fucking end. Like it's
Yeah.
just stupid.
Just keep the, and then you see these tragic.
And you guys
videos of,
need
like-
Coke Studio, and we need
Yeah,
we need the IPL. So
Yeah.
it's a
It
mutually
works. It
beneficial
works good.
relationship.
It's sad that Pakistani cricketers, I think, are kept out of the IPL.
Yeah.
I do think that we're missing watching some of the best batsmen in the world
Some of the best talent in the world.
and
I
some of
would
the best
say.
bowlers too.
Yeah,
You guys
I
have
would-
both.
Yeah.
But like, what's his name? Sohail Tanvir, or what's not Sohail Tanvir? Who's the dude that went to South Africa and he bowls spin and then he came back onto the team? He's like like 40. He's like an older guy,
Look it up. I don't know. Spin bowler, 40 years old, Pakistani team.
South African now.
He
He got citizenship in South Africa and then played in the IPL.
Bro, I'm telling you, everyone's leaving Pakistan. It's crazy, dog. Like, yo, look, I think like maybe like 500,000 people or like new graduates left immediately after
They
graduating.
went straight to the Gulf. They went to Dubai,
straight to
they went
Dubai,
yeah.
America, Canada, whatever.
What
Anything.
What is okay? Well, pitch Pakistan. Like, give me 3 reasons why someone should move to Pakistan.
There's none. There's 0 reasons right
It's
now.
close to India. You get an easy flight to India. It's like trying to pitch someone on moving to New Jersey, dude. It's so, I mean, it's close to New York. Like, that's the best thing it's got going for it right now.
That's pretty much true right now. I will say this: food. It's the only reason.
Food is good.
You're not gonna find.
But I've never seen anyone go, hey, you know what? I'd love to. Let's order in some Pakistani food tonight. I've never heard that.
Well, they always call it Indian,
Yeah,
but you know it's Pakistani. You see the meaning, like it's not Indian food.
yeah.
Like the whole
The
thing.
moment the
is,
first 6 items are meat, I'm like, oh, that's a Pakistani restaurant.
100%.
Just rebranded to make this.
and the name, right? Like the Indian is if it's an Indian restaurant, they're gonna go with like a Sanskrit type of name.
Yeah.
But if it says anything mahal or like kebab, it's Pakistani.
Yeah.
It's 100% Pakistani. Like Kebab King was burned into my head for such a fucking long time. Just
Yeah.
the jingle. You know the jingle.
No, what's the kebab?
King kebab king kebab king.
What
That's
the
it.
fuck?
That's the whole fucking jingle. You know the jingle, right? And dude, like the poorest commercial, like it looked like you made it on fucking like I don't even like iMovie or something. Like that was the commercial, and it was just you know what? It didn't matter because the food's so fucking good.
It's so interesting because I grew up in the Middle East,
Mhm.
and Urdu is closer to Arabic than Hindi is, and
It's
so
a mutt language, so it's close
Yeah.
to a lot. Like it's close to Farsi, Arabic, Hindi.
Yeah.
So we take a lot from different. I will say this though, I think it's the most poetic language that I think I've ever come across.
yeah,
Because it takes the romantic aspects of pretty much every language and kind of like if you listen to like Bollywood dialogue isn't in Hindi, like songs and stuff. They're
yeah,
not written
songs are in Urdu.
they're in Urdu because it just sounds better.
You think that just evolved from like because the because the challenge is much tougher, right? In India, like you could sing in Hindi and you can see if a woman's smiling at you, but in Pakistan,
I mean, they're not all covered up like that. But
I know, I couldn't help myself. It
if
was
anything,
worth
you
the
got to
jump.
gauge by the toes because you got to keep your eyes down. Like, yo, if you're into this, give me a toes up.
Oh god, dude, how do people do it, man? It's boiling hot out there.
In Pakistan, I grew up there, dude. Like, you get used to it. It just
Yeah.
becomes part of. And
I went back home this time, and
this is something I learned from a Netflix show. I have to remember the name, but basically, like a lot of the Pakistani, and especially culture from Karachi, is descends from Delhi and all that because like that's where most of the
yeah, it's all
population
it's all, like,
immigrated from.
Punjabis and Pakistanis are basically the same
Lucknow,
people.
and like Delhi and all that. That's where
Yeah.
like most of the like the food culture comes from for like Karachi and Pakistan at least. So a lot at that time, the reason why, especially like why the biryani so spicy in Hyderabad and all these things, like when the Mughals settled there,
Yeah.
the water wasn't clean all the time.
Uh-huh.
So there's cooks and stuff were like, well, firstly, if we
We'll
add
just
spice,
burn the bacteria.
we'll burn the bacteria. Literally burn the bacteria, and also when you consume it, it'll make you sweat, so you'll push the water out quicker, so it's a less chance of you getting
Oh,
infected. So it was kind of like a way to like eat better.
But they never thought, oh, we're gonna feed them the spicy shit, and they're gonna drink way too much water to try to put it.
Then they made lassi.
Lassi is There's not good. Like I order lassi all over New York anytime I get. And for those of you that don't know, lassi is
it's a
sweet yogurt drink.
Yeah, it's a yogurt smoothie with mango generally.
But I hate it with mango. I just like a proper sweet lassi.
Oh yeah, I like the mango lassi.
Oh, dude, it's so. Mango is not my favorite fruit.
Get out. We're nearing the end, so let's put some time in towards promoting the album. Speaking of amazing creations by Indian people, Raj, you're coming out with a new special. On Apple.
Apple TV. It'll be on Apple TV, YouTube, Vimeo, Google Play, basically everything that's
all the fucking platforms.
Everything that's not Netflix or Hulu. It'll be on Prime. Prime. So those are like pretty much all. It'll be on Tubi. It'll be on GOTV,
Era Y, Star Plus,
Willow,
on Zillow too. Whatever.
No,
OnlyFans.
It'll be on a bunch of like TV channels.
Oh, cool.
And
what TV channels?
I think like Tubi, Comcast, all the ones that you get on TV for free. All those
cool.
All those free channels. And then obviously you can buy it and stream it.
Okay.
Or own it, I guess.
We'll put a link when we release the episode. That way. Guys, go downstairs. Not downstairs. Go down in the fucking comments or the bio. Click the link. Share my boy's fucking special. Watch it.
Hell yeah.
Share it.
Yeah, man. It was a pretty crazy process to like shoot all of that even.
Where'd you do it? You did it in Arkansas?
We did it in Cleveland. We shot it in a black box studio.
Ohio, where all good things
come.
Now 4 pieces of shit come from Ohio.
I made the list. So we shot in a black box theater, about 200 people. And it's shot gorgeously. Like I saw
some of the stuff you got, dude. It looks really nice.
5 cameras,
especially the way you set up the stage.
Yeah,
that looks super nice. Dude.
Yeah. Very simple. I kind of wanted a stage, but the studio guy at the time was like, no, let's just do it in the black box downstairs.
What's the aesthetic?
5 cameras. So we had 3 statics, and then we had a gimbal and a slider. So the gimbal is like you'll see crowd shots moving around, and then the slider is up in the back and just very slowly sliding back and forth the whole time. And we did it like for under $3,000, which is crazy cheap to shoot a special. Wow. But
how the fuck did you do that?
Because it was one take.
And in Ohio.
So. One show, one take.
Oh, okay. You didn't do multiple. Okay.
No. So like
you nailed it in one take?
Yeah. Funnily enough, dude. Yeah. It was kind of crazy. Like I didn't think that we were only.
While you were doing it in your head, was it going like this is $3,000 shot? Like I gotta fucking take this.
Also, there's that, but also like in the distance, like you have your set list in your head, but I made some additions. I wrote them down and I pinned them up underneath the front camera. What I didn't realize is like that camera, when that room is dark, it's impossible to read what's on that thing. So that basically, my set list went out the window. And it ironically made it better because I just flowed in and out of whatever joke felt natural to come next. And there's a little bit of crowd work in there, but it's mostly it's jokes. So yeah, I don't know. It's
what's it called?
It's called Break the Leg.
Break the Leg,
which is what my mom used to say to me before shows. And there's a joke in there about it as well. And
shout out to mom writing material.
It's funny because like the studio, one of the studio guys, I remember him like when I initially pitched the project, and I had a guy working there that like was all excited about it. Takes it to the studio head. The guy is like, this is just gonna make a nice demo reel. Like it's not gonna go anywhere. And like imagine listening to this dickhead.
Like, fuck you, Dad.
Yeah, the same guy, showed up at the taping and fell asleep. Drank too much and fell asleep. Like 6 rows in. And so we're gonna have to cut around you the whole time.
Oh shit.
So
why don't you eject him from the fucking thing?
Yeah, I mean, he got up at some point and walked out by himself, which was fine. Yeah, but when you're the head of the studio, you drink as much as you want, and he did.
Yeah, it's not a true drink maximum.
There's no max.
I wish there was.
Yeah. So those are the moments where it's like you've done this thing despite discouragement and whatever, and ultimately ended up selling it to Comedy Dynamics. So they've shot like all of my favorite comedians. And so I was touring with Zarna. Shout out to Zarna, you're amazing. And I showed her like a little cut of my special, and she was like, okay, well, why don't you send this to me, and like I'll send you the I'll put you in touch with the people at Comedy Dynamics, and if they like it, great, you can take it forward from there. And like literally a week later, they're like, we saw it, we want to buy it. And I was like,
Wow.
hell yeah. Like that's
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
So it worked out good, man. And we'll
How
see.
long did it take for all of this to?
Long time. We shot last June and
Okay.
it comes out in a week. So September. So over a year.
Wow.
Year and 3 months.
Shooting it was just
Shooting it was a night. Editing, what really took a while is I was waiting for a specific editor.
Mm,
And then he got booked on a project. So we burned about 6 months right there.
okay.
And then
So 6 months was just waiting on this guy.
just waiting on this one guy because he's amazing. His name's Devin Galati. If you get the chance, look him up.
Shout out Devin Galati. Check him out.
But Devin unfortunately was busy because he's getting picked up on bigger projects.
Yeah.
And so we switched the process and brought in the same guys that were there on shoot day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of them came and edited on it. So it came out beautifully.
I saw some of it. It looks really well
together,
shot.
yeah.
It looks good. It's bright enough that you see
Yeah.
you, and it looks, and you can see even some of the first row, but you
Yeah.
don't like.
It shouldn't
see
be
the entire
overwhelming.
yeah,
you won't see
it's-
all the way to the back, which is how it's
Yeah.
designed. But I think
And
this
again, it's
year,
a black box theater, so it's hard to with the lighting. It's hard to make it look that well lit. So it
Right.
that was yeah.
yeah, and I think we're gonna try to shoot something else, like a real, like basically a very sort of rushed 15-20,
Mm.
and put that out as well at some point in the next 6 months.
Have you considered that? Like instead of doing these full.
Shooting 15-20. Yeah,
15,
the special is
20
only
and-
37 minutes.
Okay.
When I ran the set, it was like an hour plus.
Mm.
But I cut anything that I felt wasn't an A joke. And I cut some of the material that was maybe just older stuff.
Mm.
And I kept
It's
basically
a hard thing to decide though.
Yeah, it's very tough. It's like killing your children.
yeah.
And I kept basically what I just thought was the best shit for 30 minutes. Like, I want you to be able to watch this, you know, on any given weeknight and not have to make plans to watch it. Like that, I find that gets in the way.
Consumable in a one sitting.
Yeah, or on a flight or you know,
Yeah.
something. Just quick. That's what people are looking for in the TikTok era of comedy.
That's what I was going with. It's hard to keep the attention of people
Yeah.
for something like, not that they won't watch a whole thing, but they'll watch it in bits.
When was the last time you saw an hour special?
I only sat through a full hour special. The last one that I sat through, it was 2 actually. Mateo Lanes.
Yeah.
Mateo Lanes was great. The one he shot at the cellar.
Right.
That was a really fucking fun one. And Michelle Wolf.
Yeah.
Michelle Wolf, I sat through completely through the hour, and I didn't even notice the time was gone because I mean, she's fucking
Yeah.
joke after joke, dude. Fucking great.
I think the only
I tried to sit through
Zarna-
Mulaney's, by the way,
Yeah.
but it was because I used to Mulaney. I
Mhm.
kind of just was like, I know what's gonna happen, and then I just like just like went to bed, and then like the next night I like finished it.
nice.
But that's like same like like you have like a name like even Zarna, right? Like I'm like
yeah.
what the act is, so you kind of like okay, well I can
For
know.
me, with Zarna, it's like I watched her do that set almost 70 times.
yeah.
So then to see how it comes to life on screen
Mhm.
is amazing. So like I watched her whole thing, Annie Chappelle special, I'm
Yeah.
sitting through the whole thing. Any Chris Rock special, I'm sitting through the whole thing. But by and large, I see a lot of 20s, 30s, you know,
Chappelle's most
don't
recent
tell
one
style
was
set.
45 minutes. It wasn't a full hour.
Whatever it was. I
It was
watched the whole
shorter
thing.
though. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
shorter.
yeah, yeah.
Because I remember back in the day when
He's also put out 5 specials in the last like 3 years, to
true,
be fair.
True.
So the volume of comedy coming out of his camp is insane.
Well, hey, well, hope to imitate those numbers someday. But dude, that's great.
I just
37
need
minutes.
funding from Vivek Ramaswamy for president.
Well, listen, you're in the Ohio constituency already. I think you guys will meet at the
Yeah.
next IndiaCon or whatever happens in
Oh,
Cincinnati.
what a disappointment. We're literally the same person. Tamil Brahmins from Kerala. Like that's my family.
Dude, I'm not
So
even like
Vivek, sharpen up, please. I don't know what the fuck you're doing out there, ruining.
I'm not
the
even
good vibes.
from the fucking part. Like, I'm not even Indian, but people come up to me and be like, so that's your boy? I'm like, no, he's not my boy. Like, why? Just because we're both like not even like kind of like closely related. People are like, so what do you think of this guy? I'm like, I don't think anything of this guy.
Yeah.
All I know about this guy is so far that his name is a spelling bee fucking killer. That's the only thing I fucking know.
The word that we have for guys like this is chamcha. Right?
Jamcha, yeah.
It's basically a guy that serves the wrong interest, like sells out his own community.
Yeah.
So don't be a chamcha. That should be
Don't be a chumcha. The next special by Raj. Guys, check it out. It's going to be streaming on a bunch of platforms. We're going to put them on Apple, a Comcast,
everything.
Tubi, everything you could get your hands on. You can follow Raj at Raj
Does Comedy.
Raj Does Comedy.
Yep.
And you can share and like and subscribe to the episode and the podcast. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next week.